everyone, it's Miss A, and today we are going to be learning about some extension activities that you can do using Play-Doh that you might have just made with your child. So I'm going to open up my container, take my Play-Doh out. So I just have some everyday household items, some straws, some recycled materials, cookie cutter, Gatorade lid, or any sort of lid. If you are using these, just be careful because your child, if they put things in their mouth, could easily choke on it. Also, the Play-Doh is edible. It is not very tasty because it is full of salt, flour, vegetable oil, and water. Here is the recipe. This version on the paper is a gingerbread Play-Doh, and I had made a sensory smelling Play-Doh. So I have a calming oil in here, and I added some blue food dye to it. So some activities you can do with your child, just taking some everyday straws from a restaurant or takeout place, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut them into smaller pieces. Alright, so you have your child put them in there, and you can count how many you're putting in there. You can talk about what colors they are, and then your child is going to use their pincher fingers, so their thumb and their pointer finger, and they're going to go ahead and pull the straw out of there, and then they can squeeze the Play-Doh out of there. So you're going to do this for all of them. So that's one activity. You can have them use a fork and poke at it. In the how-to video, how to make the Play-Doh, I suggested rolling it out like a log and having them use just a plastic knife like a takeout knife, and they can cut it into small pieces. You can count them. You might want to have some flour on standby because sometimes it does get a little sticky and it starts to stick to the mat or the table. Another thing you can have them do is you can practice making letters. So we have, I know it's backwards for you guys, but the letter A, and you can go through the whole alphabet. You can do numbers. You could even do shapes, like you can use a smaller container to roll it out. And then they can take the knife and cut it into whatever shape you want them to. So I now have a triangle. You can do all the shapes. You could even have them try to spell their name with the Play-Doh. There's endless possibilities of things that you can have them do with the Play-Doh. It's easy cleanup, so you just make sure you put it back in your container and seal it up so it doesn't dry out. And if it does start to dry out, you can add a little bit of vegetable oil or water to it. Sometimes you just have to kind of play with the recipe and see what works best. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I hope you enjoy playing with Play-Doh.